Good evening, Cassidy. I'm very glad to have you as a co-chair of the IGC competition. And I understand you are one of the 5 MW living in China mainland. So I'm just wondering, from the MW's viewpoint, what's the difference between MW and other judges in assessing wine?
Sure, thank you, Ryan, and I'm very happy to be here. So to answer your question, I think number one, MWs have considerable tasting experience. So they have often judged in a process like this before, often all over the world. Number two, they're often quite confident in their abilities and they are not afraid. Number three, they have very good technical experience. So in other words, they can point out if a wine is flawed or there's a problem with the wine. The other thing is they understand all the key styles of the major world wines from all over the world. I would say the final thing is that they are very good at determining quality, because one of the things about the MW is you have to identify where wines come from, but also quality. So I think all of those things which they know and they've achieved in the most high quality pressure situation, which is the exams to pass through MW. So I think that's the advantage that MWs have. But I also would like to restate the point that there are many amazing wine judges who are not MWs.
Mostly it's from the quality side for judging the wine.
I think quality, identifying quality, but I think key styles, technical performance of the wines, and also articulating the idea of exactly what they are looking for when they are determining quality and styles. In other words, a gold medal wine, this is what we're looking for. A silver medal wine, this is what we're looking for. So I think all of those things MWs have been educated to do to a very high standard.
We are choosing or selecting wine for consumers. You think your suggestion will benefit the consumers?
See themselves as gatekeepers to wine, and so therefore we have to know exactly what a good wine and the styles of the world wines are about. But number two, don't forget, we are also wine lovers and we want to drink and enjoy these wines as much as the consumers. All of us go through this crazy qualification because we love wine maybe more than most wine consumers. So one of the points that I reiterated today was choose wines that you love, choose wines that you really, really enjoy and you just feel pleasure when you taste them. So yes, we want the wines to be technically correct. Yes, we want them to be fair examples of their type, but we also want wines that consumers will love.
Okay, so I see. That means we are selecting one based on the quality, but also we are choosing one that will be suitable for consumer and the market.
Exactly. So I think we can say that we can encompass all three things. We are choosing wines that are very fair and true to their type. We are choosing wines that are high quality, and we're choosing wines that consumers will enjoy.
There is another question. We know you are master of wine, but for the wine professionals, it's just like mission impossible. So could you give some tips for people who want to become a MW?
These would be my top tips. Number one, have a very understanding partner, because this qualification is going to take more out of you than you realized you had in terms of your time, your travel, the dedication, all of those things. So understanding partner. Number two, have a tasting group of people who can taste wines better than you. So when you taste with them, you really learn. And in other words, taste with people who are better tasters than you. Number three, don't underestimate the amount of work and the amount of time it will take to pass this thing. Number four, know the classics. If you cannot become a master of wine if you do not know the classics. So classics, Bordeaux, Burgundy, and some other regions, but you have to know the classics backwards. And finally, start to be very aware of your strengths and your weaknesses. All of those things, I would say, are useful tips for people who want to go through the Master of Wine.
Okay, so I can tell you quite enjoy this journey, the whole process.
I enjoyed it at the time. It was extremely difficult at the time. I think I enjoyed it retrospectively more than at the time. It was the most fulfilling thing I've ever done, but also the hardest thing I've ever done.
Okay, thank you for your tips.
Thank you, Ryan.